day. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, Harrison Butker. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one into the hands of Burton. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
7th round pick. He made it through training camp. Now he's getting some reps.
And that's all you want, an opportunity. 7th round pick. I haven't met a 7th round pick yet that didn't play really, really hard because they're ticked off they didn't go in the first 6 rounds. All you want is that chance, and once they get it, many times they turn out to be great players.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Makes the score Jets 3.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Now a handoff looking right.
at the 20.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Mahomes firing complete. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they try the right side here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports.
Jets 3, Chiefs nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
3-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And his kick is right through. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. New York ready to go again offensively. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is... well short of the first. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 32. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Rico Gafford, the intended target.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now they try the right side here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Dancing to his left. He may try and run, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? The quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
A loss of 2 brings up
from back at the 4. Here's 2nd and goal.
4-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
It is good.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He's got Burton here. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn and shredded.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. The Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And his kick is good. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach comes.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
At the 34-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. He threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 98 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice. A long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and
it got his man complete. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And this offense continues to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Just like that. Hey, check mark 33. Check mark.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
12. And the first down.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's... Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer.
And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Completes it to Hardman.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And going deep for Hill. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Mahomes now on 1st down, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because
and he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Formation for the Jets.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They go play action. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, it's a fantastic